Back at the Kingdom in Seattle, we're ready now to start the second quarter. Bruce Coslett at ease on the sideline. If there's one noticeable difference over the Jets under Coslett than under Joe Walton, his predecessor, it's a much looser atmosphere. Their practices, everybody seems to have fun.
I think Bruce is one of those people who is always going to be considered a player's coach. He likes to be around the players. He treats them fairly. Having been an ex-player, I guess that's why.
Big down now. Third down and over 12. As O'Brien with a timing throw makes the connection, but a marker is down. As Rob Moore coming off the right flank, running a post pattern. And O'Brien under a big rush made a perfect throw, but let's see what the call is now. It's at the line of scrimmage. Eugene Robinson made the tackle.
False start. Offense prior to the snap.
Referee Pat Haggerty.
Well, if it's prior to the snap, then Seattle has no choice. They have to take the penalty, which gives the Jets another third down crack.
Not designating any numbers.
Somebody in white.
Dwayne White, that big guard you were talking about, 312 pounds, and he's against Hayes, who started the season at 336. Hayes, so when two of us get done belting each other, there's liable to be a sinkhole on the floor of the Kingdom. Freeman McNeil still has all the good moves left as he weaves down to the 12-yard line. Seattle playing pass all the way, and Freeman McNeil gets ahead for a gain of 10 yards, and the field goal unit comes out.
John, I think it's a very sound offensive call. You've got a four-man front, 7 defensive backs, and if you can slip Freeman McNeil through the line of scrimmage and he breaks one tackle, he might pick up the first down. But Leahy comes in for the field goal. This guy's older than 4 assistant coaches on the New York Jets. You
see his effectiveness, though, when he gets down close. He's made 93 of his last 100 field goal attempts inside the 40. This will be a 29-yard attempt. He spins it up and splits the uprights once again. So Leahy, who hit 3 field goals to help beat Tampa Bay a week ago, gives the Jets an early lead, 3-0, early in the second quarter. The Jets will kick it off when we come back. 9-yard field goal by Pat Leahy of the Jets has opened the scoring here at the Kingdom, and now Leahy kicks it off, or Aguiar kicks it off, a high spinner. That's going to be taken by Chris Warren back at the 7-yard line. He breaks it. A big back with speed. Chris Warren at 230 pounds, one of the fastest runners for Seattle. And he gets ahead for a 21-yard return, and the Seahawks ready to go on offense again when we come back with the Jets in the lead 3-0.
Football League is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's it, and that's that. By Big Men Shavers. There's a big for every beard. By Xerox Antifreeze Coolant. The temperature never drops below Xerox. And by Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares.
3-0 Jets on a 29-yard Pat Leahy field goal. Now the Seahawks go on offense from their 28-yard line with Jeff Kemp at quarterback for the injured Dave Craig. You see the time of possession. Jets dominating early as we have 13:50 to play in the first half. Kemp with a sprint out. Here's a penalty marker down as John L. Williams is ahead for a gain of about 8 yards. He went out of bounds at the 35-yard line, run out by Kyle Clifton.
This penalty is going to be against Seattle. Pat Haggerty with a call, illegal use of the hands. You know, that first quarter statistic on time of possession, the Jets last week had the ball for 38 minutes. And when you can keep your other team from running just 11 plays in the second half, as they did with Tampa last week, you're going to win.
Into the mass, number 76. Offense. Still first down.
Hitchcock, who is starting for Ronnie Lee at right tackle, called for the infraction, and now the ball will be set back inside the 20-yard line.
Game not starting the way Chuck Knox likes his football team to start. They're sputtering here. Can't get the running game going, and he does not want Jeff Kemp in many 1st and 20 situations.
That's what Kemp has now, 1st and 20, as he calls signals with a foot movement.
Sweet.
And they go to the run to John L. Williams. Blockers in front. Williams gets out to the 26-yard line. Got about 9 of the penalty yards back. Tackler was James Hasty, the right quarterback, number 40, and Scott Mercereau.
Again, when you look at this defense, there are defensive backs all over the field. A 4-man defensive front for the New York Jets, 7 defensive backs, and that's old USC student body sweep right. They pull the guard, the center, and the tackle as lead blockers for Williams, and he picks up 9 easy yards.
Big John L. from the University of Florida sets up as a lone back now. 4 wideouts in the game. Second down at 11.
Same defense for the Jets, too, Don.
They jam the front with 8 people. Kemp stands in, makes the throw, but it's to the wrong side. Looking to Brian Blades. It's incomplete. As we check now the Fram ticker. With 12:36 to play in the first half here at Seattle. Buffalo won, so did the Rams in an upset. Phoenix upset the Eagles at Philadelphia. Bears a winner for a second week. Miami gets its first win. New Orleans upsetting the Chiefs at Kansas City. The Vikings win in an upset at Atlanta. Cleveland blanking New England. Detroit defeating Green Bay. San Diego continues to lead the 49ers, and Denver's up on the Raiders 3-0 in the second quarter as there's a jet down. It looks like it might be Al Toon.
No, that's the defense is on the field.
No,
that's Darrell Davis.
Darrell Davis. 98, not 88 Al. So while Darrell Davis is being attended to, looks like it's a little better now as he starts to get up. There'll be a break with the Jets in the lead 3-0. An ankle, he gets retaped. Looks like he'll be ready to go again. As the Seahawks now have a third down and they need just over 11. Kemp from the shotgun eludes the rush. He can run. And gets out to the 33-yard line, but he's not close to a first down, and the Seahawks will have to punt the ball as the Jets free safety Lonnie Young moved up quickly and made the knockdown. Dennis Byrd, number 90, with a lot of speed, put the pressure on and flushed him. He got Jeff Kemp to run.
Well, so far, Don, the Seahawks have been in this situation a lot. Kemp back with long yardage and got to throw it. That's not what Chuck Knox wants out of his offense, and that's not the position he wants to put a quarterback like Jeff Kemp in. The running game has got to work, and at this point, it's not for Seattle.
Donnelly in the punt now for the Seahawks. It's a high punt. Terrence Mathis comes over, fields it at his 26-yard line. And the Jets with initial wave of blockers opening a channel, and then a penalty marker comes in from off the play. Might be an illegal block. A 41-yard punt and a 16-yard return by Terrence Mathis.
Holding. Number 89 on the return.
Dale Dawkins.
You know, I don't know how long it takes for a coach to teach young players that once the ball is punted, every official out there has one thing to look for: illegal use of the hands. There's no way you're going to try to get away with it. All 7 officials are looking for illegal use of the hands.
89 on the return.
Reaffirming it was Dale Dawkins, receiver from Miami of Florida, and a good one. Now an official timeout on the field with 11:43 to play in the first half, and the Jets continue to lead the Seahawks 3-0. 9-yard field goal by Pat Leahy lead the game 3-0. Now the Jets set up their offense. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. O'Brien with a long count, then goes to the run to Johnny Hector, and the Jets again push back the front line of Seattle and get 4 yards.
You know, one of the things that Bruce Kozler's offense will feature for as long as he's there is a lot of different formations. That time, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, 1 running back. Bruce likes to give the defense a whole bunch of looks. Spread that defense out a little bit. Never really know what they're going to do from one series to the next.
Last year, the Jets had a 19-play drive and got a field goal. Said, I thought we'd never outdo that, but last week we had an 18-yard drive and punted. 18 plays. Now the handoff to Johnny Hector, and a good defensive play by veteran Jacob Green, number 79. Shot the gap, made the knockdown at the 31-yard line.
Tried to run the counter. Again now, Seattle coming in with 7 defensive backs, but see the counter? The Green gets around the first block, He's there to make the tackle on Johnny Hector by himself. Wait a minute, look what's happening here. Seattle has 7 defensive backs in the ball game, and the Jets, I believe, still have 3 tight ends. They do. Seattle's expecting the nickel package. Jets have 3 tight ends, Don.
They're down 5. Good play fake by O'Brien. He swings it out to one of those tight ends, and turning upfield is Chris Dressel. And he is ahead to the 37-yard line, and it's going to depend on the mark whether or not he got the first down.
Well, this game comes down to a chess game between coaches. Bruce Coslett won that one. You see the 3 tight ends. Everybody goes left. The naked by O'Brien. Dressel sneaks out. Robinson 41 on the tackle, but the offense that time tricked the defense.
Robinson, who veteran from Colgate University, who calls the defensive signals. Knox said he makes too many tackles for us. We need our front 7 making tackles, not our free safety. He leads us too often. He just made that saving play as O'Brien throws and delivers again. Once again, he's on target to a tight end. This time it's Ken Wisenhut, number 86, for a gain of 9 yards on first down.
Gee, they may have found something here. Jets may have found something. But that 3 tight end set, although they're now leaving, they're spreading that defense out a lot. You see with the motion, Seattle doesn't look exactly positive as to what they're going to do. Zone, and Wisenhut right underneath Wyman to make the pickup of 9 yards. Nice play.
David Wyman, 92, like his counterpart. Wow, here's a fumble ball, but O'Brien is on it on 2nd and 1. It'll be 3rd and 4. Wyman was in. He's a 5th-year player out of Stanford, had a complete knee reconstruction at Stanford. He's still one of the best middle linebackers in the National Football League. He never gets any acclaim.
This guy, when drafted, flunked the 49ers physical because of his knee. Came to Seattle and has been a starter when healthy ever since. One of the game's real tough guys, too, but doesn't get a lot of great press up here in the Northwest.
Came in the same year Bosworth. They say around here, Bosworth got the press and Wyman made the plays. 3rd and 2. Beautiful throw by O'Brien as he threads defenders and drills the ball in. Al Toon down and stop and a look in, and a hard thrown ball by O'Brien gets by the outstretched hands of Robinson. A 9-yard gain on the play. Dwayne
Harper almost gets there just as the ball does. O'Brien takes a while. See 29 right there. First Toon making his first start of the year, out last week because of the effects of a concussion in preseason. This Jet team has huge receivers with Toon, with Moore, with Burkett. Big, tough guys.
Al Toon with that 9-catch, 195-yard day, 2 for touchdowns the last time he played against Seattle, as the Jets go back to the run and advance the ball down close to the 42-yard line. Baxter, the fullback, ran. Wyman again was on the tackle along with Joe Nash. The Jets were one of the best running teams in the NFL last year. They graded out 4th in the entire league during their 6-10 season.
First in the conference. So far, the Jets have kept the crowd out of the game. They have moved the chains. They have time of possession. All this is going great. The only problem they have is, just as they had last week, inside the 20, they can't seem to get the thing in the end zone.
2nd and 5 comes up now with 7:10 to play in the first half. O'Brien has made some tremendous throws in this game. Now we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the wrong personnel or the wrong play called for the personnel. And Ken O'Brien takes his timeout, goes to the sideline to talk to Bruce Coslett.
So a break in the action as the Jets continue to lead the game by a score of 3-0. In the first half at Seattle, Jets up on the Seahawks 3-0. 29-yard field goal by Pat Leahy has been the only scoring. O'Brien has been superior throwing the ball. He's thrown it 9 times, has completed 7.
Yeah, 62 yards, 1 interception. Of course, that interception was tipped.
Now we're told that Blair Thomas has a back spasm and his return to the game is uncertain. Another tip ball. Has O'Brien try to lead throw down the field, looking at Rob Moore coming off the right flank. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Coslett was for 9 years a Cincinnati Bengal and a teammate of Bob Trumpy's.
Yes, he was. We both played the same position. This is now, I believe, the third tip ball that Ken O'Brien has thrown already in this half. Cortez Kennedy has done it twice. Let's see who gets it this time. Well, I'm not so sure it's not Kennedy again.
He occupies 2 blockers every play, Cortez Kennedy. Here's another throw by O'Brien. Receiver was bumped, but the official said it was clean. Brian Davis was covering Rob Moore. And O'Brien went down hard just as he released the ball, and the Jets will have to punt it with 6:50 to play in the first half. Seattle dominated the Jets in the early going of the matchup when Seattle came into the league in '76 as an expansion team. Seahawks beat the Jets first 7 times they played. Now the Jets have won the last 3, with O'Brien's passing being the difference. Chris Warren, who ran back a punt 21 yards earlier, fakes to field it as 5. It goes in. It'll come back to the 20 on a touchback. 42-yard punt, 22-yard net. And the Seahawks get the ball once again when we come back to the Kingdome in Seattle. 2 years old, out of the University of Kentucky. Eubank was criticized for hiring a coach that young with no pro experience. I asked him why he did it, and Eubank said, Blanton Collier told me he can coach. That's good enough for me.
That's a pretty good endorsement. Blanton Collier seen a lot of good coaches. Knox is 1 game from tying Paul Brown for the all-time win list in the NFL.
6th place at the moment with 164 wins, Chuck Knox. But his contract problems here have been very public. The owner and he negotiated a long time. Ken Behring, he finally got a 2-year extension, with the owner having an out after the first year. Kemp dropping to throw on first down. Strong of arm. He delivers the ball downfield to Brian Blades, and he's ahead for a first down. Gain of about 12 yards on the play.
Jeff Kemp has looked very, very good. Nice setup here. You see the play action fake, sets, looks, throws, good strong arm. He believes that good strong arm makes him a very good long passer. But right now the Seahawks need a lot of possession. They've only had the ball to this point in the game for 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Jets have had it for 14:45.
Penner runs the ball, gets it out to the 33-yard line. First down carry, good for 3. Strong safety Brian Washington, number 48, made the stop for the Jets. First tackler. This game moving quickly. 5:40 to play in the first half. Jeff Kemp has vivid memories of the Jets. He begged his dad to take him to a road game when he was 10 years old. In his dad's last season, Jack Kemp with the Bills, they played at Chase Stadium. Jeff said he went and sat in the stands with his mother. His father got knocked out by Larry Grantham, a Jet linebacker. He was out for 2 minutes. So we thought he'd never get up. It seemed like an hour. I remember the Jets, he said. As Kemp drops on 2nd down and 7. Lets a long ball fly, intended for Tommy Kane. Incomplete at the 48-yard line of New York. As we check now the scoreboard and look at the Fram ticker. The winners in the earlier games today. Phoenix off to a 2-0 start. So are the Bears. New Orleans now 2-0. San Diego, a surprise leader against the 49ers at Candlestick. Kemp sets in the shotgun now. It's 3rd down and 7. Big rush comes. Washington, the safety, came up, and Kemp does well to release the ball. Tommy Kane, the intended receiver. Ryan Washington came on a safety blitz and knocked Kemp off the play. He did get rid of the ball.
Washington was there. Mercereau was there. And Washington's the first one that flushes him. Bird was there. A lot of pressure on Jeff Kemp on that particular time, and he just throws the ball away to avoid the sack. Bird with the spin move number 90. Fiesel, the center, 54, can't get out to pick up Washington, and the Seahawks must punt again.
Rick Donnelly back in the game, and Terrence Mathis is back for the Jets. Jets put on the big rush, went for the block. High punt that Mathis has to watch hit, and again it takes the bounce against the Seahawks. and caroms out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So the Jets again get good field position. NBC's coverage of all the thrills and excitement of Notre Dame football continues on Saturday, September 21st, when the Fighting Irish host the Michigan State Spartans, a longtime rival for Coach Holtz and the Irish. George Perla's team always tough defensively and always tough on Notre Dame, as the Irish, though, have beaten Big Ten teams 15 straight times. Coverage begins at 1 o'clock Eastern time with Notre Dame Saturday, hosted by Gail Gardner and Ahmad Rashad.
Well, to this point, this is as quiet as I've ever heard the Kingdom. They tried to start the wave. Nobody would respond.
That's right.
I mean, the Jets have kept these people in their seats, and normally this place is nuts. They used to have a decibel meter that they put up on the scoreboard here. Your ears would ring after you played a game here, but they've been very quiet to this point.
4:59 to play in the half. O'Brien throws. And going back to the wrong side to make a fine play on the ball is Al Toon, a 3-time Pro Bowl receiver for the Jets.
Again, O'Brien, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set, throw. That's a big change in the way their offense, the Jets offense, functions this year as opposed to last. You used to wait for that receiver to get open. Now it's the receiver's job to get open. O'Brien is going to throw it on time.
Seattle fell behind 17-0 last week against the New Orleans Saints and came back to take the lead, only to lose by a field goal. O'Brien on first down, a timing pattern, but he's high, looking at Toon to the near side of the field. Patrick Hunter was defending on the play for the Seahawks.
You see O'Brien looking to the sideline. Bruce Coslett, green shirt there, first of all signals what personnel he wants in the game. And then with a very sneaky little signal, he gives Ken O'Brien a part of a series. And O'Brien knows what out of that series you want to call in this situation. So it's not sophisticated, but it does accomplish a great deal with just a few signals.
Freeman McNeil runs straight ahead and gets down to the 40-yard line. David Wyman stops the draw but does it 7 yards downfield. It'll be 3rd down and 3. McNeil, who's been a standout for the Jets in his 11th year from UCLA. He was the 3rd player picked in the entire draft back in 1981. The Jets' all-time rushing leader with a career rushing average of 4.5 yards a try.
Well, he's going to be busy. If Blair Thomas has back spasms, we haven't seen him since the first quarter. McNeil and Baxter are going to get an awful lot of work here today.
3rd down, the Jets need 3. O'Brien with a timing pattern gets it out to Rob Moore, and the spot looks like it's going to be just short of the 1st down. Dwayne Harper was covering and made the tackle. The linesman there, though, put his foot down short of the yard marker.
That's the official side, too. First half, the chains are on that side, so they're not going to have to move it far to know it. Big decision here for Bruce Coslett. Do we go for it?
Browning Nagel on the sideline, the rookie quarterback outfitted with sunglasses, the better to ward off the glare of the arc lights here.
It's very bright in here. A lot of ultraviolet rays, you know. You don't want to hurt his eyes.
Number 11 is Troy Taylor. 8 is Browning Nagel.
Don, the way the Jets have controlled the line of scrimmage at this point in the ball game, I don't blame Bruce Coslett for going for it on 4th down.
They've been getting a lot of stuff behind the right side of their line and the left.
Yeah, but you know, they're missing Blair Thomas here. I don't know. Baxter's an awful big back, but
Brian play fakes, puts it up.
Oh,
incomplete. So the Jets, as they did earlier, gamble on a short yardage play with a throw. The last time they hit it, this time they do not. Both teams now have gone for it on 4th down and not succeeded, and the Seattle Seahawks take over the ball.
That was catchable. Play action fake to Baxter. O'Brien sets and throws.
Pretty tough catch.
He had to stretch a little bit. Not quite there on the money. Patrick Hunter in coverage, and the Seahawks take over.
They'll get the ball at their 37-yard line. Jets return to their home base, Giant Stadium, next Sunday to play the Buffalo Bills. The Seahawks go on the road to play the Broncos at Denver. Last report, the Broncos holding to a 3-0 lead over the Raiders in Los Angeles. Jeff Kemp on 1st and 10. And the Jet defensive line comes in and sweeps under Derek Fenner. Scott Mercereau, 94, and Marvin Washington, 97, the tacklers. The Jet defensive line, coached by Greg Robinson, a former assistant head coach under Terry Donahue at UCLA. And the linebackers coached by Foge Fazio. And this whole front seven has been looking a lot better.
And the defense coordinator, Pete Carroll, has really turned these guys loose up front. The one gap again is you don't have to take on the whole offensive lineman, so you can penetrate.
Second and 11 call now for Kemp and the Seahawks. Throwing a catch down the run is Tommy Kane. He's ahead for a first down to the Jet 47-yard line.
James Hasty, the man in coverage here, basically outruns. Is outrun by Tommy Kane. There's Hasty in the background. Now watch Hasty tries to knock the ball loose here with his punch in the back. Kane, a nice first down pickup. Good crossing pattern. Needs a lot of time for the quarterback to let the play develop. So good job by the Seahawks offensive line.
Tommy Kane, the Syracuse standout, was a National Hockey League draft quality hockey player out of Montreal, Canada. Here's the handoff, and breaking it is John L. Williams, as now the Seahawks start to get some offense. Down to the 35-yard line as the game is down to the 2-minute warning in the first half. Seahawks apparently buoyed by the Jets' failure on 4th down to convert. John L. Williams got 11.
2-minute warning.
The 2-minute warning is given as the Seahawks have now moved into long field goal range as they trail in this game 3-0. .159 to go in the first half, and still the Pat Leahy field goal is the only score of the day, a 29-yarder in the first quarter.
Watch this cutback by John L. Williams. Back against the grain. Lonnie Young makes a saving tackle here. John L's got another 20 yards to run if Lonnie Young doesn't hold him up there.
Jeff Kemp continues to operate fairly effectively. Jets have been keeping him under pressure. He's made some good throws, though. But the Seahawks still not close to points. There's a marker down at the snap of the ball. As the ball carrier is taken down quickly, John L. Williams straight ahead try.
Now John L. Williams was illegal motion. Trying to play a little Canadian football there, heading towards the line of scrimmage. Not allowed.
Here's Pat Haggerty.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 32. Still first down.
Certainly no question about this penalty. It was on 2. John L. went on 1.
The Kemp's numbers, the 1 interception. Now on 1st and 15, Mike Tice, 87, the tight end, goes in motion. Kemp standing in. And on the run, he's got an open channel. Kemp's ahead inside the 30. He's got a first down and spins out of bounds down at the 22-yard line. A big block by wide receiver Tommy Kane helps spring him an 18-yard gain.
Boy, did a great job there. You know, a kid with so little experience in the last 3 or 4 years might throw this thing up and try to make the completion. Kemp's choice, I'm going to run it here. Not afraid to run it. 18-yard run, gets himself out of bounds, stops the clock. Very well executed by Jeff Kemp. A young man with a great deal of confidence. You see that starting record with the Los Angeles Rams. with San Francisco and here.
His receiver at Dartmouth for 4 years was David Shula. They set a lot of Ivy League passing records. Don Shula's son. And again, the rollout by Kemp. Again, he eludes the rush. Lets it go. Man is open, but he skips it in on the one hop. Mercereau helped force the errant pass. The intended receiver was Tommy Kane.
Yeah, Tommy Kane slipped as he came across the middle. That was a crossing pattern. And again, a good job. When you're throwing the ball late down the middle, throw it low so it can't be intercepted. Little rollout, great mobility by Jeff Kemp. He avoids 94 Mercereau, keeps that ball low so it can't be picked off. Incomplete. Strong arm. Not a big kid though, is he?
They list him at 6 feet.
That's a lie. I'm 7 feet. He's 6 feet.
Does have the big arm though, and he can move. We've seen that demonstrated time and again. Here's a throw, almost a pick. Mo Lewis, the rookie linebacker from Georgia, and he had an open track to the end zone 75 yards away.
Jeff Kemp there never took his eyes off John L. Williams. Watch, he's looking. He's right on John L. Williams, and Mo Lewis. Oh, he had goal line in his eyes. Watch Kemp. He's looking. Boy, you can't do that. You can't. That's too big an advantage for the defense.
Now, with 3rd down and 10 coming up, Kemp and the Seahawks align in the shotgun. Timing throw into the end zone. There's a marker down. It was intended for Lewis Clark, number 84.
Boy, there was contact there, Don. Don Boyd Odegaard was the man in coverage with the flag down. It looks like it's going to be against the New York Jets.
Illegal use of the hands. Defense, number 98.
Darrell Davis. Maybe a hand to the face mask. So that's an automatic first down on a 3rd and 10. The contact at the end of the play down in the end zone by Odegaard looked to me like the receiver was out of the field of play. See if we can pick it up here at the end of this throw. You see Davis has got his hand up in Andy Heck 66's face on the face mask. Illegal use of the hand, so it's an automatic first down.
And the ball is now positioned at the 17-yard line. There's Pete Carroll, the Jets' young defensive coordinator. His team being challenged now. Jets leaded 3-0 late in the first half. Fenner caught behind the line of scrimmage by 97 Marvin Washington.
And again, I've referred to that one gap defense. And here is another example because he jumps right inside this block. You see 97 on the left? Jumps right inside Hitchcock 76's block and is there to make the tackle before Fenner can get underway.
Now a timeout is signaled for as Kemp goes over to the sideline to get some counsel. 1 minute and 19 seconds left to play in the first half. Big guy in the white hat in the background in the warm-up suit is Kelly Stauffer, who was a top pick in the draft by the Cardinals. They couldn't sign him. Seattle's traded for him, and his career here has really been troubled by, well, right now he's hurt. He has a bad shoulder.
Yeah, you know, the guy I don't see on the sideline is Dave Craig. Last week down in New Orleans, he gets a penalty on the team. 15-yard penalty, so maybe he's been banished from the sideline this week. I'm not sure.
And we look at the Fram 10-minute ticker. The offensive coordinator for the Seahawks is John Becker. Got to dig into their bag of tricks to try to move the ball on the Jets.
As you look at those scores, both these teams utilize a great deal of personnel on almost every down. Offensively and defensively, a new group of people come on the field.
Denver continues to lead the Raiders, and San Diego a surprise leader over the 49ers. 8th play of the drive coming up. as the ball is down to the Jet 22-yard line. Seattle coming off a 9-7 season. Knox, as we look at the young defensive coordinator Pete Carroll, Knox says the best talent in the AFC West belongs to Kansas City. And the second best team from a personnel standpoint is San Diego. Kemp from the shotgun on 2nd down and 15. He's looking into the end zone, lets it fly. And there's a penalty marker down.
That might be on the offense.
Odegaard broke it up.
That might be on the offense.
Lewis Clark was the intended receiver. Bailey, 65, overheard. He says it's against the Jets. It is. Another first down for Seattle.
Don, if we have this on replay, there's as much contact by Lewis Clark against Odegaard as there is the other way. Spread formation by the Seahawks. And at the break, we're not going to see the contact, I don't believe. You see that right arm around the back of Lewis Clark. There was the flag thrown, but
Holding. Defense, number 21, still first down.
different than pass interference in the end zone. They would have got the ball at the 1. So at least Don Boyd Odegaard knows if I'm going to do something in the end zone, hold him.
Three 0 Jets with 1:14 to go in the first half. Seattle now aligns first down and 10 at the 17-yard line. Kemp backpedaling, throws it out to the running back John L. Lewis, and he's wrestled down by James Hasty at the 15-yard line. John L. Williams taken down there, and it's now going to be second down at about 7.
Well, this Seahawk offense has struggled. They just can't get anything going. Letting the clock run here, taking their time getting back to the huddle. They've had this is their first time inside the 20-yard line, and they have not functioned very efficiently down here. They've let about 15 seconds expire here from the clock.
The game clock winding down in the second quarter. 3-0 Jets. Stands in, makes a throw, and makes a connection. The ball is down to the 4-yard line, and a marker comes in after the play.
Well, he makes the completion, but Tommy Kane was wide open near side of the field.
He had a threaded to get it to Lewis Clark.
Yeah,
for a 12-yard gain.
He threw it into a lot of coverage. Tommy Kane was uncovered near side of the field, but it is 12 yards, and there is a flag.
Here's Pat Haggerty.
Defensive pass interference, number 21.
Don Boyd Odegaard again called for an infraction. As on the penalty calls, the Seahawks move closer to the goal line.
Crossing pattern again. Kemp looking all over the field. Look at the guys around there. 3 guys in coverage. 21 Don Boyd Odegaard was the guy who was called for interference. So now it's first and goal at the 4. They'll be taking their time getting this thing in the end zone, aren't they?
Still no points for the Seahawks. They continue to trail 3-0.
Look at this. 4 wides. What a concession by Chuck Knox.
Just might call his own number and run it. Penalty marker down as Kemp is on the run and throws on the run. A connection to Paul Scanzi, but there were markers down.
Why, Chuck Knox and John Becker, the offensive coordinator.
Tripping, number 76.
That's Bill Hitchcock, so that's a 15-yard penalty. But Don, I'm amazed. First and goal at the 4, and Chuck Knox's choice is 4 wide receivers and throw it. I mean,
whatever's fair.
This isn't a good message to his football team at this point. We can see the leg whip right there on Washington, but it adds 15 yards. First and goal. Well,
Bill Hitchcock was the leg whipper. Washington the whippee. That was the foul call that negated a touchdown.
Interesting choice there by Chuck Knox. That shows me a lot about his confidence in his team to run at this point.
19 seconds to go in the half now. Again, the shotgun formation. Kemp looks, he fires, man is open, and it skips off open Lewis Clark.
Wide open Lewis Clark.
Wide open.
Oh!
Ball came in a bit to the wrong side, but very playable ball by the receiver, so the Seahawks miss again on a touchdown try.
Now that may be the difference between Kemp and Dave Craig. Kemp has a very, very strong arm, but this ball just eats Clark up. It is behind him, but that is a very catchable ball. Goodness. Again, 2nd and goal, 4 wide receivers.
Blades to the lower portion of your screen is their best receiver. He's against the Jets' best corner. Now the drop by Kemp into the end zone, and again a tip ball incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down.
All right, Don, Seattle has not done very well here at all since they got inside the 20. Just 9 seconds to go in the half. They got a chance for one more throw into the end zone, and then they got to bring the field goal kicker in. I don't think he has a primary receiver. He's just kind of looking around. Scansy 82, closest receiver. Man, yeah.
Kemp coming in a little bit high. Bill Walsh, a quarterback expert, always talking about the #1 basic, delivering the ball, throwing off your left foot if you're right-handed. You got to have your weight forward. Kemp hasn't been doing that against the rush. Ball's been sailing. Now Kemp gets it away and gets his man down to the 5-yard line, but the Jets stop the touchdown and brings up 4th down, and time runs out. The Seahawks run out of time, and they get no chance at a field goal.
Wait a minute. Now the field goal team is coming on the field.
Yeah, but the rest of the guys are running off.
There was 1 tick left on the clock, and you do have to call the timeout.
Okay.
Let's see what happens here.
The Jets have to come back.
Yeah. Pat Haggerty says there's 1 second left on the clock. Even though the NFL says that the game clock, the scoreboard clock is official, it's not. The official time is kept on the field, and the Seahawks do have 1 more snap at it.
So Coach Coslett has to come back on out. And the rookie place kicker, John Casey, who missed a 37-yarder in the closing seconds last week at New Orleans that would have sent the game to overtime, will now try a field goal for Seattle.
Bruce Coslett saying, what are we out here for? The game clock expired. It was at 0-0. What are we doing out here? Why are they getting another play?
Be about a 23-yarder for Casey if they go for the field goal from this position.
Replay reconverted to 1 second.
All right. Instant replay used to.
Let's watch it in real time here, Trump.
Well, what we're not going to see, though, is who calls the timeout after the catch. 3, 2, 1. Now, somebody's got to call timeout. When is he down? The scoreboard clock says 1. So they get the field goal attempt, and it's good.
That is the final play of the first half, and it's the first points of the day for the Seattle Seahawks. As the Jets and the Seahawks go to the locker room tied up 3-3. Coslett and the Jet coaches protesting to Haggerty. But it would appear on the replay that there certainly was time to call a timeout, and somebody's job it is to go out and do it. So it's a tie game, and we'll be back after these messages from your local station.